Well, I've got to tell you, it's been quite an interesting couple of weeks. For the last few weeks, just talking to a bunch of agents just out in the marketplace. It's been quite challenging. I get that. But what I've also said to a lot of my clients in this marketplace right now is you just don't experience life. You experience life on what you focus on. And right now, what we are seeing is a bunch of agents getting their focus hijacked by buyers and sellers. They're hijacking your focus, meaning they're taking everything. Like a vendor could be hijacking your focus, saying to you, holding on to a price of a property that sold 4 months ago, and they're just saying like that one across the road sold for 4 million. Mine should be worth 4 million. You know it, I know it. It's probably not worth 4 million because the market's come back anywhere between 3 and 5% in some cases. So for a lot of people today is the focus is being hijacked even from a buyer. And the buyer could actually be saying to you right now, we're just going to wait. We think the market's going to, sort of like come off a little bit further. We're going to wait till it hits the bottom of the market. But there's a book that really changed my life. It was called The Challenger Salesperson. And it actually talked about that the people that actually make the most sales and control the sale are the ones that basically control the focus. So your job is to actually hijack the focus of a buyer and a seller. How do you do that? Is you ask questions. Because when you ask questions, you grab someone's focus. Let me give you an example. How much money do you have in the bank account right now? If I got you to stop, you probably would have thought, like, how much is in my bank account right now? Because when you ask a question, you actually take someone's focus. So, a challenging sales question to a buyer in that situation, we're going to wait till the market bottoms out. You could actually say to them, how do we know that's true? Or how do you know that's true? So in this market, your job is to get really good at hijacking the vendor's focus and the buyer's focus by asking questions and challenging their thinking. Because I learned early in my career that I became a molder of meaning and a breaker of beliefs. So I needed to mold the meaning, and there's 3 parts to sales that we teach our clients around how to mold meaning, but then how to actually break their limiting beliefs. Because in this market, I've got to say to you, there are vendors and sellers, their beliefs they're working around right now is not serving them. Someone is holding onto a price from 4 months ago and is happy to keep, saying, I'm going to wait because they think magically in the next sort of week or month, they're going to get their price. You know what? I know it. It's not going to happen. So we actually have to be able to challenge their thinking, but also be the breaker of beliefs. And there's ways you can do that. And that's what we really are teaching our clients in this marketplace to get really, really good at. So one thing I also learned is something called a cause and effect. Everything that you do right now is a cause and effect. If you think the market's tough and challenging, and then you start thinking that, that's going to affect you, your energy, your vibration, your frequency when you're meeting buyers and sellers in this marketplace. I don't know about you, but when you're around positive people, you get magnetized and you want to be around that. First thing I would do today is just like turn off any media because it's just full of negative. There's nothing good. And I have not seen media, I don't know how long now. And the second thing is if you're flicking or scrolling through social media and listening to commentators that are saying it's the worst market in 30 odd years that I've been in and clearance rates are the worst I've seen and there are no buyers in the marketplace, well, that becomes your belief system. And everything is around your belief. So I'm not sure about with you, but right now is your opportunity to either shrink or expand. We're going to one of the busiest markets that we know on the real estate calendar, which is spring, September, October, November. Your job is to be a molder of meaning and the breaker of beliefs, but also you have to play a much bigger game if you're going to win in this market. Time to expand.